Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Bull, and we are back once again with a Bull Plays. This week we are going to be tackling Valkyria Chronicles. This is a slightly older game that was originally available for the PlayStation, I believe, and was just recently had an HD remaster done for Steam a few months ago. I was able to pick it up on a Steam sale a little while back for $5, and let me say that so far, what little bit I've played of the game, it was well worth it. This is a fantastic little game. So we're going to go ahead and do at least a couple episodes of a Let's Play. I really enjoy this game. So let's go ahead and dive into it, especially because at the beginning there's a lot of cutscenes and stuff, and I'll play through all of that for y'all. So we're going to start with a new game. Let's take a look at options. It's not a ton of options. You can adjust how the cameras work. You can have... Sorry, I'm on the Xbox controller, and unfortunately the up and down is a little sensitive, so sometimes it also hits the left and right. You can change the subtitle, put the subtitles on or off. You can listen to it in English or Japanese, and you can adjust the volumes. That's really about it. There's not a lot. There's also some extras. These are some bonus missions and stuff you can play through, apparently. And it also unlocks expert mode once you've beaten certain elements of the game. So, new game. On the Gallian front.
The year was 1935 EC. Two powers controlled the continent. In the east, the sun rose over the autocratic East European Imperial Alliance, otherwise known as the Empire. In the west, a network of loosely allied democracies formed the Atlantic Federation. Both powers depended on a precious mineral, ragnite, for their survival, and its growing scarcity led to the inevitable war. Hostilities began in the east when the Empire aggressively crossed their western border. The Atlantic Federation responded, and the Second European War was on.
One thing I really like about this game is the art style.
The Empire, with its vast military superiority, struck hard, gaining ground in early victories and putting the Federation on the defensive.
It kind of uses this cell-shaded style that almost looks like colored pencil or watercolors.
The Empire set their sights beyond the borders of the Federation. In neighboring Gallia, a peaceful principality along the sea, they found their next victim. Gallia had long maintained its neutrality in the tensions between the two superpowers. But the rich stores of ragnite under the Gallian soil proved too tempting for the Empire. It amassed troops along the eastern border and invaded with all the force of an avalanche. Prologue. Gallia to arms.
So the game takes place in sort of this fantasy version of Europe, and tech-wise seems to be generally around World War II. Although, as they mentioned in the thing, there's this whole thing called ragnite, which basically allows for this sort of. Actually, I take it back. It's not really World War II. It's really more like maybe World War I, maybe a little earlier. But the ragnite allows for certain magically enhanced technological advancements for certain things, and well, you kind of see as we'll get into it. But yeah, and it's sort of this whole East versus West. As far as the continent goes, it's divided up, and yeah, kind of a neat little thing. But we'll go ahead and just jump right into it. like I said, the art style in the game is amazing. I really like it. I think it's got some really good designs to it, and I love, like I said, I love the it kind of how everything almost looks like it's been done with colored pencil and such. So anyways, as you play through, you'll get a number of these episodes which are more or less just cutscenes. They're just story episodes.
March 1935. Outside the Gallian border town of Brule.
They just sort of update you on what's going on.
Residents are leaving the town before the invasion, headed inland towards the capital.
Yeah, see how the truck's got that glowing thing on the engine? That's a Ragnite engine.
I haven't been down this road in years. It really hasn't changed very much. Whoa. Already? Hey there, guys.
I love how the fish are just sort of
Beautiful.
stationary.
Starting early this year. You're
Just sort of
heading upstream, huh?
just sort of hanging out there.
How's the water?
Despite the fact the water's fairly fast moving.
Freeze! Put your hands in the air. Slowly.
Uh-oh. It's illegal to sketch fish in these here parts.
Haven't seen you around before. What's your name?
My name's Welkin. And you are...
The one with the gun. We're with the Bruletown Watch. I'm Alicia. Alicia Melchiot. So, I'm wondering what you've been writing in that little book you've got there. Imperial spies are in the area.
This book is nothing, really. I was just sketching the fish, and, you know...
Yes. Oh, I know. And you know there's a war on, don't you? All right then, Mr. Artist. We'll talk about fish sketching down at the station. Take him away.
Thanks, fish.
Thanks, fish. Yeah, that's your main character, Welkin. The main dude you'll be playing. Sort of. The game itself is a little more... It's more of a tactical strategy game where you'll have a squad of troops and you'll be maneuvering through in a turn-based fashion. But we'll get a combat here before too long and get to actually see how things work.
Flowers, bugs, and fish. You're not bad with a pen, are you? I have to say, they're really very good.
Thank you. So you see, I really was just sketching.
Maybe. Or this could be some kind of secret code. And I intend to take my time finding out for sure.
Paranoid much?
Great.
Welks? Is that you?
Isara! Oh, your timing is perfect.
What have you gotten yourself into now, Welkin? Wait. Don't you live at the old General's house? That's right. I'm General Gunther's daughter, Isara. You do know everyone's supposed to evacuate, right? Yes, I'm aware of that. My brother's here to help me move to the capital, but that may be difficult. I mean, unless you're willing to let him go, that is. Huh?
Uh-oh.
I apologize, but I was just doing my job, you know. I saw you with the notebook and thought you were a spy. Again, I'm really sorry about that.
Thanks. Don't worry about it. I can see how I might have looked a little suspicious.
Welks has a real passion for observing nature. That's why he's studying it at the university, right?
Guilty as charged. I get so into it sometimes I forget where I am, or that somebody might be watching me.
Gunfire!
Uh-oh.
Everyone keep your heads down!
Gunfire. Well, that can't be good. Oh, no. Not the truck.
Damn it!
Welkin, you can handle a gun, right?
Yeah. I mean, I made it through training anyway.
Well, they're probably just a small scouting team. We should be able to take them out.
And I'm going to
with you.
hope that I wasn't right about you being a spy. So, you can't save during missions, unfortunately. Which kind of sucks for the harder missions, because every time you have to redo the whole thing. Which later on also includes selecting a squad of usually around 8-9 characters and placing them on the map. It's kind of a pain in the butt. I don't think we'll have to do that for this first mission, but it's not that bad, but it's just one of those little time-consuming things that I wish it was possible to save after, even if you couldn't save during the mission itself. Well, the saving during the mission itself would also be really handy. Although that would lead to, I guess, what they call save scumming, where you're just kind of, you know, oh, did you die? Reload. That's one of the other interesting things, is that outside of this opening storyline here, your characters can die. Well, your soldiers can. Your main characters, if they die, usually you lose the mission. So we're going to save. Alright, pick a new save. And we are now... Alright, there we go. Yes! So, alright. And this is our tutorial for our very first mission.
Okay, here's the plan.
You'll usually get some sort of little briefing, show you on the map where you are, and then you'll get a little blown up map showing where you deploy. We'll show where they're deploying. And there's your failure things. Like I said, usually if Welkin dies, you fail. If Alicia dies, sometimes you'll fail. And sometimes there's always a turn limit, usually 20 turns.
Let's get started. Just stay calm and get it done.
Yeah, normally you would get a section here where you could place your troops. You choose which ones you want to do,
I see
where you
3 of
place
them
them at. But in this case, you can't quite do that.
That's 3 too many. Listen a second. There's something I should explain.
Command points. When combat starts, you'll see a map of the area and your unit's position. This is referred to as command mode. Here, you'll select the unit you'd like to move based on their position respective to the enemy, then press A. Doing so uses up one of the command points, CP, displayed at the top of the screen. These reflect your ability as a commander, and represent the number of times you can give instructions, i.e. control, to your units during each player phase. In this panel, you have 3 CP, so you can issue instructions to your units up to 3 times. Let's try moving a unit now. Alright. So, alright.
Ready to go.
So you choose a unit, and then it'll zoom into them on the map. About action points. Use CP to select a unit in combat mode, and then you'll be plunged into action mode. Here you can freely move the unit that you have selected around the field. As you move around in action mode, the action points gauge at the bottom of the screen will gradually deplete. This represents the unit's mobility. Once it reaches 0, the unit will be unable to move any further. Keeping an eye on the unit's remaining AP while they are in motion is crucial to keep them safe. For now, use the left thumbstick to move the unit near the sandbags. Just as a note, I am playing this with a Xbox 360 controller. You can play it with keyboard and mouse a little bit, although you got to use the WASD keys. Alright, so move your guy around. As you can see down at the bottom, the little meter changes up. Firing guns and such does not take any sort of action points, but you can only fire or use an ability once per turn. Alright, so use the right button to enter target mode. There the unit will Enemies will not attack you while you are in target mode, so take your time and fire and aim well. A unit can only attack from target mode up to once per action, so choose wisely before you open fire. If the target survives your attack, they may launch a counterattack. A damaged unit may not have the hit points to survive the enemy's counter, so be careful when planning your attack. Alright, yeah, generally if you move too close to a character that is facing you, you'll be in their field of fire and they'll get a chance to fire at you. They'll be able to shoot at you while you're moving. So that sort of stuff kind of works in real time. So the longer you kind of just run around trying to position yourself, the more they get to do. So you go into targeting mode, and you can move yourself around. You can target anything you want. So like I could really, if I really wanted to, I could target this dude way out there. However, the closer you are, the more damage you'll deal. So you'll see like this dude right now takes 7 shots to kill. If you look up at the top of the screen, I'm sure it's going to explain this, so I probably shouldn't bother, but it says to kill 7 shots, 5. I will fire 5 shots, but right now it's going to take 7 shots to kill this guy. This guy out here, on the other hand, takes 20, depending on where I shoot him at, 28 shots. Just as a note, if you use the right button again while you're in target mode, it will automatically try to select your targets. However, you can kind of aim up towards the head. Now, as you can see, it takes 2 shots to kill. However, headshots are harder to pull off, so you have lower accuracy. But there we go. Fortunately, 2 of my shots hit. Unit with 0 remaining AP that has already performed an attack in target mode is unable to act further. Press B to end their current action. This will return you to command mode, where you'll be able to select the next unit you wish to direct. You can press B and end a unit's attack even if they have not attacked and still have AP.
Yes!
And he will celebrate. I am not going to attack. I am, however, going to crouch. This will give me cover and make me harder to hit. I also believe that this means that they cannot they cannot do critical hit. They can't basically headshot me, which is nice. Alright, we're just going to move everybody up. I don't really have range to hit that dude, but we'll give it a shot. Yeah, see, I'm doing much less damage to them because I'm so far away. Now, like I said, I do have a bunch more movement left, but I don't want to, I want to keep my guys grouped together.
Moving out.
I find that's a little easier and works a little bit better. Let's see. And I don't have... I'm not going to be able to get into cover if I move up yet, so we're going to just go ahead and do this. I should have shot with her. Oh well. I'm dumb. CP reaches 0, the player phase ends, and the enemy turn begins. One player enemy phase pair constitutes a single turn. The fewer turns you complete a mission in, the more cash and experience you receive at the end. But being too hasty can lead to unnecessary risks. The key is to find a challenging balance. So I will end mine, and then they get to go. Yeah, see, I can take some shots as they're moving up since they've gotten to my my field of fire and my into range. Alright. The enemy will sometimes just not use all of their CP either, I've noticed. When used well, even a limited pool of CP can take out a significant number of foes. CP can be used on the same unit multiple times. This is important. For instance, a pool of 3 CP can be used to move one unit 3 times in a row. Perfect for cutting in enemy lines or hurrying past dangerous terrain. That said, people get tired, they'll start each consecutive action with fewer AP than the last, so keep that in mind. If you use the cancel button to end your phase with CP still remaining, those CP will be carried over to the next turn. CP are precious resources. How you choose to manage them will decide your fate. Dun dun dun. Alright.
My turn, okay?
As you'll notice, this guy was able to fire at me. If I don't kill him in one hit, he'll be able to shoot back after. He'll get one basically set of attacks after this. The other interesting thing that they haven't covered yet, and they probably will, is that you will recover a limited number of hit points every turn.
Please hit.
See, like that one, Oh. Once you've attacked, it's a good idea to try to back out of combat mode. Whoa. And get out of range of their attacks. Because they will just keep attacking while you're standing there. So, standing there talking is probably not the wisest course. There we go. Alright, and we'll go ahead and...
Ready to
I don't
go.
have any reason to choose multiple guys right now, so we're going to go ahead and... There we go. And that was a nice, quick job. And as I mentioned, the quicker you can manage to end it, the better you are off as far as XP and money at the end of the thing. So you'll get a little bit of a thingy here at the end. You get bonus money for how fast you cleared it. And then you'll get bonuses for certain types of enemy leaders, enemy aces, and enemy tanks. Can't do anything with that yet, but... So we're going to do one more. We'll play out this last cutscene to finish up the prologue, and then I'll go ahead and call this video. Aw, dead troopers.
Miss Melchior, there's no other sign of the enemy.
They were enemy troopers, but...
Good. Now, go keep watch and stay alert.
Yes, ma'am. What should we do with the bodies, ma'am?
We'll bury them. So it's begun. I'll do whatever it takes to protect the people of this town. I'll do it. Even going to war, I'll do it.
Bum bum bum.
What are those?
Seeds from the lion's paw. It blooms white, small, simple, and strong.
I want to be able to remember, once the war is over, that it wasn't all just people killing people. That even in war, there was also new life.
Ah, she's such a softie.
On the 15th day of the 3rd month of the year 1935, the Empire began its assault in earnest. A formal declaration of war was made upon Gallia.
Alright, well, I guess it's kind of World War II-ish.
Though it was only a small front in a massive continental assault, what followed would prove that a tiny nation could best a military giant.
At least as long as the player
These
doesn't
events
suck.
would tell a story of tragedy hidden in the mists of time.
since of course you're
A
playing
story
that
of
tiny
courage.
nation.
And of trust, of persecution, and hate. And of love blooming even through the flames of war. What follows is a record of this conflict, and of those who fought, lived, and died.
Music in this is pretty good too. It's got that nice military theme to it, but it's still pretty good.
Chapter 1. In Defense of Brule.
Alright. Generally speaking, there's usually 1 to 2 missions, actual combat missions per chapter. I think this one might have 2 or 3, but like I said, I'm going to go ahead and save it here. And you get a couple options in this screen as well. You can go back and, like, I could, if I wanted to, I believe I could replay the operation. Eventually you'll get more tabs that you can select that'll let you do different things. Again, your options are pretty simple, and you can go to the title screen. Alright. So, ladies and gentlemen, that has been Valkyria Chronicles. Like I said, I will continue on with my Let's Play, I think, of this for at least a few episodes, and we'll see how it's going. If you enjoyed this, please let me know. If you want to see more of this, or if you'd like me to do something different, that's fine. Do the usual YouTube stuff, like and subscribe if you like and want to follow more videos. And, of course, as always, this video was made possible by the backing of my Patreon patrons. If you are interested in helping support more videos along these lines and other fun stuff, please check out the the link down in the description below for to follow it over to my Patreon page. And if you're interested, please consider becoming a patron. It would be greatly appreciated. But anyways, that's going to be it for me for today. For now, have a good one, and we'll see you next time.